Okay, well that was definitely a suboptimal experience. Let me get this share screen going here. I think it's working now. Yeah, it's all working. Uh Hello, welcome. I'm your host elizibar. This is take 2 on this stream. In fact, let me start my camera just so you can see me do take 2 right there. Oh man, look at that. 2 fingers for the second take. Isn't that amazing? Uh Jeez, what a mess. I just wanted to talk about this book real quick. Or actually, it's not even about the book itself, it's about the creator. For anybody who tried to join this the first time around, I do apologize that it was a mess. My apologies. Don't really think there's anything I can do about that. But yeah, actually, let me just do this for a second. I just want to kind of click over to YouTube, and I don't want to accidentally dox myself somehow because that would be a very silly, very elizibar thing to do. And I'm going to do that thing where I listen to myself and make sure I sound okay. Great, I can hear myself. That's what I needed. Space Church music didn't seem all that loud. I'll have to watch this back when I get done with all this stuff. But we'll give people just a moment to join us. Oh, actually, for the Space Church music, I think I need to actually do this and hit that share audio button. And now you should be getting Space Church. So let's try that. Okay. So there is, in fact, some Space Church music in the background. Hello, Underworld Dream. Sorry if I didn't respond to your chat sooner. I'm still playing around and learning this technology. But thank you for being here. So who's angry? This character, Cadence Lark. Actually, she's not angry. She's furious. I got like an issue of this comic book. And, oh, let me turn my Space Church music back on. It's just not a stream on YouTube with me without Space Church music in the background. But this character, she's like a superhero. She's kind of famous. I've got like one random issue of a miniseries from several years ago. I got out of the 50-cent bin for free. And, well, this was on Kickstarter. This campaign, it was on Kickstarter. It was like a year ago or something. In fact, if I click over here, can I see... See, that's the last updated. Where can we see, like, when it was brought to life? I thought I'd put a date here. I guess not. Oh, wait, here we go. All right, this is important. Funding period. So, a year and a half ago, in July of 2018, this campaign finished its run, and it was successfully funded, not to the tune of a ton of money, to $2,000, and somewhere in here I pledged. I probably got like the $10 tier or something. I could go look that up. It doesn't really matter that much which particular tier I got. What's interesting is it's very overdue, super duper overdue. Like, you go all the way back here. It's like, yeah, we made it. And then, you know, there's a lot of hopeful sounding updates, marching forward. Got some art pages here. Like, I kind of like it. It's a little loose. It reminds me of, not quite Adam Warren, but something like that. Something like that. And, you know, I'm okay with it. And then, you know, real progress, real facts. Notice that this is 2019. Like, we just leaped forward. Painkiller Jane, not really. She's like a superhero, super strong. Painkiller Jane had a bit more going on for her than that. And honestly, the issue I remember reading kind of dealt with like the price of fame, that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit different because, like, Painkiller Jane, she was like a police officer or something. Hey, that's great to hear, Ninja Weasel. Let me put that on screen. I am glad. Oh, in fact, let me put this one on screen because that's what I'm addressing, but we'll come back. I'm glad. What happened is Windows had muted my microphone. Windows had just straight up went, no, you can't talk. Not the application, not anything I was doing. Just Windows was like, you just can't talk. But to get back to this, like Painkiller Jane, I remember she was like a cop or something. She had like a different kind of focus. This character in the issue I had, like her dad was trying to get control of her life so he could get her like sponsorship money or something like that. He was kind of like an abusive figure. Like there's those kind of issues, which is somewhat different from the kind of stuff that Painkiller Jane was doing. But I will also be totally honest. I don't really remember Painkiller Jane all that much. Gosh, I think the only Painkiller Jane book I remember is there was a Painkiller Jane versus Darkness one shot, and I got that, and I got a picture of that up on my Instagram somewhere of like the villain in that. She like skinned people alive or something. It was pretty gory. But this campaign was super duper overdue. When was this supposed to be fulfilled originally? August. Hey, Dark Admiral March here. This was supposed to be fulfilled in August, right? So now you're like, okay, elizibar, you're just going to complain about it being late, right? I mean, that's what you're thinking. Sadly, I don't think the current stream title has a very good title that has anything to do with this book. But that's just because StreamYard was screwing me over. But no, I'm not actually here to complain about how late the book is. Miraculous, I know. So it's supposed to be fulfilled in... Gosh, let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. Just so... Oh my god. Okay, fine, I'll click here. You win, Kickstarter. August of 2018. August of 2018. The book finished funding in July of 2018. Now, generally speaking, you know, if you're going to have that kind of timeline, your book should be done. Hey, Bianca Fights the Zombies. Aloha to you too. Are you from Hawaii? I grew up in Hawaii. It's a fun state. It's a fun state. You know, you would think like this dude would have the book done, or at least mostly done. Like maybe he's just doing some lettering or something like that. And boom, you can get it out the door, you get it printed. You know, if it ran over to like late August, early September, nobody's going to complain about that kind of fulfillment. So I was... yeah, I was an Army brat. I lived on Oahu. I lived up in Mililani, Schofield Barracks. I spent a month living on Waikiki Beach. I lived down in the crater by Pearl Harbor. I forget what the actual name of that housing community was, but we just called it the crater because it was built inside of a crater. Very creative, I know. Nice place, actually. This big green in the middle of it. Oh, it was beautiful. Right. That was a digression. So you'd be like, all right, this dude's got to have this done. Like, that's what I was thinking when I backed this. It's like, okay, you know, I'll probably get this in like September. Let's see what's going on in September. Like, we're going to get the bad out of the way. We're going to talk about like the bad here. And then we're going to get to like something I admire. Kaneohe. I've been over to that side of the island. Bellows Air Force Beach, right down south from there, is my favorite beach on the island. All right, so here we are, August. Thank you for your patience. September. Hey, I'm the publisher. Our other Kickstarter wrapped up. Well, nobody cares about that, but we do get a sample page, so you know there's some progress happening, even if, you know... Okay, so we just got a completely broken link there. All right, that maybe I should have clicked that link and then I would have known that this was a bad deal. But you got some art here. You know, she's looking good. I got some cool stuff here. This is actually a pretty cool panel construction. I kind of want to see what it looks like with the text on top of it, because the peering down, like, that's actually a really powerful pose. And I see we're at November, March, so we had a 1, 2, 3, 4 month delay. But you know what? We've got a page here. We got the pencils in. We got the inks done on another page. Like, progress is happening. You know, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. April, June, July. Well, it's been a year since the campaign ended, but we got a page. All right, it's page 17 apparently right there. Okay. Oh, look, it's colors and text of that one page I was talking about. Looks really cool because she's looking at what looks like a postcard or something. Like, I love these little frayed edges. I guess it's shattered glass. I think it's fantastic looking. Okay. But we're a year late. The book should have been in my hands a year before this point. Then it's October. Then we got a couple months. Oh, look, it's January. And this is where I wanted to start picking up the story. Because a lot of times when a creator of any stripe, I'm not picking on like any individual person. I'm not like going for any kind of like drama or whatever. But if you look, a lot of times a creator will be late and they will feel embarrassed. They will feel bad about being late. They'll go, oh my gosh, I'm late. I gotta just like knuckle down. I gotta get this done. And then they don't. And it makes them depressed. And they feel bad. I just whacked my microphone with my hand because I'm a pro. I am absolutely a pro. Let me give myself a thumbs up over here. Pro level strats. There we go. And so they just stop talking. And eventually maybe you might get an update, or they'll just send you a book or whatever. Or you just get like an email saying, okay, the book's done, I'm shipping it out. And then you find a book in your mailbox 2 weeks later. And that's happened. I've had campaigns I've backed where that has been the outcome. And at least I got a book. I got a couple campaigns I'm still waiting on books for. Red Rooster, for example. There's one... was it Incarniverse or something like that? I got the PDF for it, but I never got the physical. There's a few other campaigns. I didn't get my Cyberfrog for about a year after the campaign said I should get it. It's been over a year. I still don't have my red... was it 18 months? Hold on. Now I kind of want to go look this up, but I also don't want to dox myself. So I'm very carefully trying to stay on my left monitor where you can't see it. Because pro level strats, right? Let's see. Where do I have my... No, that's where the Linux ISOs are. Where's... Oh, no, that's the wrong tracking spreadsheet. I made a Railbaron reference chart. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, here it is. Crowdfunding. That's what I want. And I can't see the chat right now. But let me take my filter off of this thing. Let's see. Clear filter. There we go. And let's look at days overdue. So what was really overdue? Let's see. I still don't have Beatdown Girl. That was supposed to have been delivered in December 2018. I'm still waiting on the American and China guy to send me books for a year and a half now. I don't think I'm ever getting those. He's a nice guy, too. That's kind of weird. I should have bugged him. See, Black and Blue took 10 months to get to me. Brand? Do I have Brand? No, I don't have Brand. I have Asgard is the one that came in. For some reason, I get those two mixed up in my head, and it was like half a year late. But right now, at this point, Cadence Lark is Furious is 553 days overdue. Also, 553 days overdue is that Incarniverse one I mentioned. And let me see, where did Cyberfrog land? What was the final tally on that? 436 days before I got it. And Red Rooster, you're taking how long? Oh, and these are days overdue. So this is past the first of the month where the creator said the book should have been in my hands. And Red Rooster is 341 days overdue, so not quite a year. So Red Rooster is at least beating this book. Now, all that negativity aside, go ahead and dox yourself. Drop by with some... let me start here. And boy, now that StreamYard is actually working, I'm really enjoying this, being able to highlight stuff on my chat. This is really cool, and I think tomorrow when I do my new comic book day stream, I'm going to use StreamYard to do it instead of doing it through OBS. But yeah, these are all seriously late campaigns. Go ahead and dox yourself. I don't drink, and that would be illegal. And depending on your, as long as we're not like playing for money, that's okay. And maybe friendly games are still okay up here. I don't know. Oh, holiday workers. Womp womp. So you're like, okay, elizibar, what is the point of all of this? This dude, Ol Raz, and I'm not gonna go like dox him or whatever. You can find him on Facebook, I'm sure, because that name is in his Facebook profile. He's giving blood for the comic book. So this dude is showing up and donating blood to get money, to pay his colorist, to pay his letterer. It's insane. Like, that's some dedication, you know? And now you're like, okay, well, that's dedication. He's saying he's doing something, right? He's saying he's doing something. So you may not believe him. You may not believe him. But I find that pretty amazing. And, you know, we're getting some little sample panels here. I like the way they look. That leg looks really funny, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Something about that angle that's not quite right. But you know what? I'm not going to nitpick it. I'm not going to nitpick it on this stream. I'll save that for a review. My only 2 projects are these. So he's got 2 books he's working on. My next donation is coming up on January 6th. Is when you'll get a new update. Well, you know, about that new update, we did not get one on January 6th. We did get one just the other day. And you know, kind of the funny thing is, I've been meaning to talk about this person since that first update with the blood donations. That's like actually incredible. This dude wants to get his books out. He wants to rebuild his reputation. He wants to be that reputable kind of creator that we all love, you know? Everybody loves somebody who actually keeps their word. There's a couple of creators out there who I am, from this point on, am just going to back on with their campaigns. Like, I'm not even going to think about it because they're always on time. They always deliver. One of them is Timothy Lim. His books just show up right when they're supposed to. It's a miracle. It's miraculous. Like, I think maybe one of his books was like a month late or something. That's nothing. A month late is the mail people, you know, the USPS got the book confused and it just kind of wandered off and eventually it shows up in my mailbox. It's not a big deal. Compared to, let's see, I don't know, what's a good example? Little Girl Lethal, which is 369 days overdue. 1 month is nothing. 1 month is absolutely nothing. Red Rooster, 341 days. Even some stuff that did fulfill relatively on time, like in comparison, you know, still took a while. Like, I liked the guy that does the Wolverton books, but he was 6 months late getting me issue 2. The funny thing is, a lot of times it's the complete no-name creators that are right on time. The weird German guy that did Wild Frontier, he got me that book. It was supposed to be here in June of 2019. It was here in June of 2019. I'm so upset with myself that I missed the campaign for the second one. I totally slept on it. That stunk. That sucked. What are some other nobody creators? Like, apparently I got written down here that Killtopia #1 came in October 2018 when it was supposed to. Killtopia is a weird book. And I wish the art was higher resolution. I think it's a resolution problem with the files in that. But if you want my thoughts on that, go watch my review for Killtopia #2, because I kind of tear that book apart. Go away. Niobe, I looked at that campaign, actually. I looked at that campaign, and I think I set it to save it on Kickstarter. Yeah. So, let's see. Is this going to dox me if I bring this window over? No. I was going to be clicking around a lot over here, so that's why I got this in incognito mode in Brave. But I got Niobe here. I totally have it saved so that I can come look at it later. Oh, I have no idea who this dude is, except I think I've seen his name on Twitter. Oh, and I did see it when I was scrolling through. I actually went through Kickstarter, and I looked at every new Kickstarter, or every currently open comic Kickstarter last night. I spent like 45 minutes or something, and just kind of looked at it. There's the sample art is pretty nice, but I'm kind of worried. Oh, that is adorable. I'm kind of worried. Like, I don't know what all the interior art's going to look like. So what I was going to do before I decided I'm backing it is I was going to go find pictures of Niobe 1 or something that I could look at, because this is a sequel, right? Yeah. Oh, no, this is the first one. Was there a campaign that was Niobe in IOBE or something, like a while back? Maybe that's what I was thinking of when I said, like, Niobe 1. Anyway, I'm totally going to go check this stuff out and get a look at it. And, oh, I don't want to listen to the endless, not even the choir version. Just go. So yeah, this is on my radar. I don't know if I'm going to back it, but it's certainly there for me to take a look at. I like to do that thing on Kickstarter where I can remind myself, and then they shoot me the email, and I can check it out like with 2 days to think about it. I find I make my best decisions about crowdfunding books when I don't just jump on them right away as soon as I'm excited. Niobe's a good read. I have all the Niobe books. Ours like early 90s indie vibe, almost like Razor. Interesting. Interesting. If you have like some pictures of the book you took with your phone or something like that, tweet them at me or something. I'll be happy to like look at a couple panels of interior art and check it out. I am definitely down with that. Props to Jack Irons. Oh, dude. He's a hoot. He took my criticisms of his book in stride. We'll BS about all these creators and stuff here in a little bit. I just want to kind of get through what this dude's got going on here, because this is compelling, at least for me, stuff. Let me actually make this a little bit bigger. Aren't black and white? Well, I'm happy to look at black and white art. I got no problem with that. So my goal is to send a video a couple times a month updating us on da-da-da-da, but then tablet broke. This guy has Brian Ball's luck right here. So today, I'm just going to type it. Good. You should do this. If anybody out there is a creator, just communicating with people gets you a lot of goodwill. So he's out there donating blood. Color, so he's got the money for the colorist. And I think letter artist is the letterer. That's a funny way to put it. But he's sent money to that dude in January. He's donating blood again, so he's going to get a couple $100. He's going to send that money to this person, who I'm guessing is the artist, for more pages. Almost 2 years later, the final 5 pages will be paid off and turned in. He's going to give you money. Now you're like, okay, this is just sounding like somebody is getting back on the wagon. They're just getting on there and they're ready to go because they screwed up. They know it. They're admitting it. They're trying to make it right. Here's the crazy thing. All right? Because this is nuts. I'm okay with this. Like, great. He's going to get me a book. It might be late. I can live with that. I can forgive. Are you ready? My estimate is that in April and May, I'll conclude Furious, which means money starts going into your hands for refunds. This dude's going to issue refunds and send us the books. I don't believe this. This is too good to be true. But you know what? If this dude, if he lives up to this, that's incredible. I don't know any other creators, except maybe Brian Ball, who would go to this length. Because I have had some interesting problems with crowdfunding books, and we can talk about some of those here. But I have never gotten a refund and my book. Sometimes I've gotten the book made right, One time I got a refund. I've never gotten my book, and the dude sent me money back. That blows my mind, and I don't expect that. I don't expect it to happen, but if it does, I'm going to be singing this dude's praises. I am going to be singing this dude's praises. So we'll see how that goes. That's what I wanted to get to in this story, is this dude, Ol Raz here, from Crazy Monkey Inc. Comics, which don't go to that website, by the way. Don't go to that website. It's not a real website anymore. He must have really run out of money because his domain registry lapsed. But if he's going to make this right, that is really cool. That's absolutely really cool. And I'm very interested in seeing how that goes. Okay, we got that out of the way. That was like my main thesis I wanted to talk about here, just to kind of see that crazy stuff, because it's frankly, like I just said, crazy. Let's see. Let's go through the chat here. I just want to highlight some of this stuff. Niobe's a good read. Have all the books. The art is like, oh, I just closed my Niobe tab. Let me drag that on over to my other monitor here. It's a good read. You have all the books. It's like early 90s indie vibe, which is cool. I dig that. And I want to make sure this gets up on the screen so everybody can see it. This is the first issue that'll be in color. The previous issues are in black and white. Either way, I have some just absolutely gorgeous black and white comics. I got nothing against those. There's nothing wrong with a book being in black and white. And then Jack Irons, creator of that dude, is a champ. And I'm so glad you mentioned him. I'm so glad you mentioned him. Let me open up. Is Indiegogo going to dox me here? No, Indiegogo is not going to dox me. Boom. There's the Jack Irons #2 campaign. The dude is cool because when I reviewed his books, especially the review of Jack Irons 2, which just enough. Oh, Avani! I remember that campaign. That was like summer last year? It was like the character was blue or something. Am I thinking of the right book? I couldn't back that because I was short on money at that time. No, it's the wrong. Oh my gosh, it's the wrong thing. Let me try this. Jack Irons. I want to get to my comment sections because the comment section for this is interesting. I did make a joke in there, and Cody kindly chided me on it because I was like, "Oh, I hope he doesn't want to kill me or something." It was meant as a joke, but looking back on it, I can see how he would think that somebody might think I was serious or something, even though I'm not. Not about that. But let me put this over here. We're not really gonna like dox anybody because these are all screen names and stuff, and YouTube comments. So these are all. If you went to that video. Oh, I'm going to read that comment in a minute, Underworld Dream. And that was Niobe, or that was Avani? Okay, cool. But Cody, I'm astonished at this. Let me get the chat off the screen and maybe zoom in like a professional a little bit so you can really see what he says. Most have watched this video about 10 times, and not once commented on it. Thank you for your support. It's not a da-da-da-da. In your review, seems all I did was take away from the art, which I tried my best not to. Also, the presentation is means that's the kind chiding. I apologize for that. I will apologize for that again right now. I'm sorry that it came out that way. It was meant as a little joke. I have not heard of Metal Shade. We'll get to that chat in a second. I do recommend reading #1 and #2, as they're mostly written in a single graphic novel with financing not allow it. And then, and this is great. I did a whole video just talking about his customer service. He also linked this on Twitter. He's like, hey, if you want a contrary opinion, go check this out. So even though my final thoughts on Jack Irons was not like, oh man, I love this book so much, it was still like, this is all right. You know, it kind of felt like an RPG source book, which, don't get me wrong, I like reading the BattleTech source books, but that's not what I want in a comic book. So let me put your chat back up on the screen, March here. And he was super cool through this. We exchanged some tweets. I had this great message, and here's what happened. I'm ready to back the next issue when it comes out. That is what this interaction with him. It was gracious. It was gentle. It was two people speaking to each other like adults. And it was fantastic. So I am totally down with his next book. Like, I'm going to back it regardless of anything else. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I'll back it as long as I got the money in my bank account to take care of it, which I should, because it'll probably just be like $25 or something. So it's not a big deal. And I can't afford that right now. So I can totally cover it. But I'm ready to back his next book. That's what good customer service gets you. I want to flip back to Niobe just so we can get this up here. I remember that campaign. That was pretty incredible that I did remember it, man. I look at so many crowdfund campaigns. It's absolutely crazy. I'll go look for that metal shade here in a second. That's kind of a bad joke, but I understand the sentiment, man. I don't want this to turn into a coronavirus stream, but boy, I wasn't worried about SARS. I wasn't worried about MERS. Like, those things, they didn't scare me. Coronavirus scares me a little bit. Because I think the Chinese government is just totally lying about everything. My opinion is that it's probably like an escape bioweapon. I had to think of like the right way to phrase that so it didn't come off like terribly. So let me go look up this Metal Shade book. Let's see. We should be able to search for my incognito window so I don't accidentally dock myself. Docs. There we go. Let's go check this out. Wow. Dude blew away his goal. That's pretty cool. Do I know who's making this? Isaac Bell. That does not ring a bell with me, but that is a dope looking logo. That actually reminds me of some video games logo. I don't remember which one. It's pretty cool. Is that just the cover art? Is this all? Are we looking at cover art in all these? This can't all be cover art, but it might just be pinups he's commissioned. Oh, this looks like a solid interior art page. The math is real. The predictions are real. Or, I'm sorry, the math is flawless. The predictions are real. The end is coming. The end of everything, including Vex's own life of merriment and leisure. For the first time ever, her hand is forced. She must take action, if only to preserve her own hedonistic lifestyle. Oh, man. Apparently, since it's winter and my throat's irritated anyway, I can't do that voice for very long. And to think I used to sing like that. It's amazing what 15 years of being out of practice will do to you. Well, this does look pretty cool. This does look pretty cool. Let me copy that over here to my other Kickstarter window, and I'm going to hit the save button on that and take a deeper look and think about it when it gets closer to the end of the campaign. Sorry, I had to mute for a cough. So, Eli Easy, thank you for telling me about this. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm probably going to wrap up the stream here. I didn't want to go for too long. This was mostly meant as like a technology demo to see if I could figure out how to use StreamYard. Plus, I had to get that stuff about Cadence Lark, Furious, that creator. I had to get that out because that could be amazing. That could be something I'm going to sing about. Oh, Folk Tales of the Cryptids. I looked at that. I looked at the original campaign, I think, and I ended up not backing it for whatever reason. I think that might be because I got burned on what was the name of that book? What was the name of that book that I ended up not liking? No, not Crosser's Gate. Crosser's Gate rocks. What was it? I'm looking at my spreadsheet here. Because, of course, I have everything in a spreadsheet. Did I mention I'm a physicist by trade? So if I can put it in a spreadsheet and organize it and then model it, I will. Oh my gosh, now I can't find the book I'm thinking of. No, not Glow. Glow is awesome. It was a horror book, Brain. Wendigo? Wendigo Woods? Was that it? Yeah, Wendigo Wood #1. I backed this campaign, and I think this might have been around the same time Folk Tales of the Cryptids was happening. And the book turned out to be kind of a lame-o. Although, I should do a whole other video because the artist, the guy that did the art on this book, he actually left me a very gracious YouTube comment. Thought Cryptids on Indiegogo. Really? Oh, actually, let me show this one. Folk Tales of the Cryptids. Did I... Oh, no, I lost the window where I had that open. Did I... Let's put it up over here. My incognito window for minimal doxage. Oh no, Folk Tales of the Cryptids was before Wendigo Woods. So I don't know why I didn't back this one because... I take it back. I remember why I did not back the first one. I had no money. I had backed like 20 other comic books at that point in time in the February of 2018 or whenever this was. I had backed a huge pile of books. It was absolutely ludicrous, and I just saw my bank account dwindling, and I was like, I gotta call it. I gotta pull the plug here. But $13 going across the pond is not that bad. There was a book I backed. It's actually come out in stores now. It was Red Winter #1. The whole series is out in stores, but I don't see how that dude made a single dollar on my purchase because I backed it. He had to print it, and then after he printed it, he had to ship it to me, and I paid like $6 or something. There's no way that dude made a single dollar selling me that book. Let's see. Okay, so it was $10 after shipping. So by the time you count printing costs, which is going to be like $3, shipping costs, international, even in an envelope, you're looking at like $5. So he's got like $2 to pay the artist and the writer, and he didn't make any money. He did not make a single dollar. Let me go back to show Folk Tales of the Cryptids #2. Let me take a look at this campaign while we're all here before I head out. Oh my god. Cryptids. You backed Red Winter? I ended up not liking it too much. It felt a little too nihilistic to me. And so I kind of let it drop off. I tried to get my store to buy that, but Diamond must have not fulfilled the order or something. So it's like, I should get the store one. Yeah, you know what? I remember looking at this last night, and I remember why I passed on it. It's because it was Volume 2. It's because it was Volume 2, and I hadn't read Volume 1. Can I get both? Get them in digital. Issue 2, book plus poster. Oh, so you can get both. Let me just go put this over here in my other browser, and I'm going to hit the remind me button. That way it'll remind me here in a little bit. You gotta go. She was lagging for you. Okay, Underworld Dream, thanks for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate it. Folk Tales of the Cryptids is okay. It's not Bronze Age DC Marvel, but for an idiot, it's alright. What is Bronze Age DC and Marvel? Am I right? Man, 80s Marvel and early 90s Marvel, like up through, I don't know, 92 or 93, man, because you got to get like some of that Jim Lee X-Men. You got to get The immediate, like, the era right after that, like, yeah, miserable. What is a Bronze Age DC? A miserable, or mercible Ninja Weasel. Come on, you can spell better than that. And have a great one. Excuse me. Have a great one, March Air. Appreciate you being here. I think since I just like hit the remind me button on this thing, that this is probably a good time to call the stream. So everybody that's been here and chatting with me, thank you all so much. Let's highlight the goodbyes. You're right, I can, but I choose not to. Anyway, Ninja Weasel, since you're still here, and Eli Easy, you're probably still hanging out, and whoever else is watching, because I still got a few viewers, thank you all for hanging out with me as we learn this new technology, how to use StreamYard. I'll spruce up the description of the video and stuff so that it makes more sense rather than just calling it Take Two, which is kind of generic. Take care of yourselves. I sure hope to see you again next time. And let me hit my camera over here so that I can wave to you. Let's make that bigger. Very dimly lit, hand disembodied, waving at you from nowhere. Bye-bye.